Hello, everyone. This is Devan Edwards, aka Devan the Connector, connecting you, yes, you, to the knowledge that will empower yourself. So, I'm just coming live on Facebook, and I wanted to share how to take care of your brain and your emotions in 5 ways. Just five, just five, just five. And I'm gonna be brief. It's gonna just be touching a little bit on it because the pattern of a mental pandemic in this world is at all-time high. A lot of fear going on, a lot of mindsets needed to be changed, and a lot of paradigms need to be shifted. People suffering in terms of mental health and brain health, and not really understanding their own health and their own body and mind, so they don't even know how to combat it. And it's also a powerful time where we need to be aware of our emotions and be able to master it and manage it. So we make the decision to take care of our brain and emotions. We manage that decision to take care of our brain and emotions, and then we end up over time, we master the ability to take care of our brain and emotions. And for me, I know that an empowered mind is an empowered world. If everyone individually can become a healthier version of themselves, the world would then become healthier as a byproduct. The collective consciousness will be healthier and more in tuned and more cooperative with evolving. So I'm going to tap into I'm going to talk briefly about 5 ways. So quickly, on terms of the power of the brain and emotions, having healthy brain activity shows up. It shows up in your emotional balance. That's the connection between the emotions and the brain. Healthy brain activity actually shows up in your emotional balance and your state, and it can make or break your mental health processes. So these are like a few tips that can help you get into a nice cycle and make you feel better and be better and do better, you know? So the first thing, which is not many people say, is talk about your feelings and don't bottle them up. So that's number one. Talk about your feelings and don't bottle them up. See, I was someone as well a few years ago, growing through this one thing as well that I had to grow through, and that's speaking up. You don't have to suffer in silence, guys. Just get your message out there, because if you're going through something that's affecting your brain and your emotions, you don't want to sit on that too long. You don't want to sit in the darkness of what that could bring in your environment and in your life too long, because it will just only make things worse. And I always use this formula in terms of, whenever a problem arises, focus on the problem for about 5 minutes, or even just 5% of your, give 5% of your energy to it, and the rest of the 95% you focus on the solution. So don't bottle them up. Don't bottle up your emotions. Don't bottle up your feelings, because getting that out is gonna be a relief, and you're not really suppressing your nerves. You're not suppressing your nerve system. You're not suppressing your immune system by holding everything in and building up all this cortisol and basically piling up unnecessary stress on yourself. It's really it's really refreshing when you are able to talk about these things. So it doesn't even matter. You can even talk to your mirror, but talk, like, get it out. Talk to someone. Even if it's just on Facebook, send a video, and whoever responds or can provide some answers or some help, then be open to accept that. But don't bottle it up, because someone may have an answer to your problem. So number 2 is stay active. Research shows that physical activity is related to hormone release of oxytocin and dopamine, which are both related to happiness, pleasure, and joy. And who doesn't want to be happy? Huh? Who doesn't want to be joyful? Who doesn't want to have like pleasure every day? Who doesn't want to not feel good and do better? You know, we all want to feel good and do better, but often what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So when people see physical activity, they're like, oh, I have to go gym. No, you don't have to go gym. Just move your arms up and down. You know, get some movement. Movement is essential. Get some physical. Do 5 push-ups, 5 squats. You know, something as soon as you wake up or as soon as you might feel groggy, just walk around. Do something to keep your mind flexible, your brain flexible. And physical activity helps for me. You know, I do my Hindu push-ups. I do my squats. You know, I get my yoga in, I get my stretching in, and I feel great every time I start my day. Great. And again, that's what, because again, it's an amazing thing when these simple activities can lead up to a big change. And I also know that like consistency compounds. So you want to like build a habit from somewhere you may be comfortable but borderline uncomfortable. So if you're not used to doing push-ups, you know, just do 1 or 2. You know, if you've never done a push-up in your life, you know what, try 1 or 2, and just keep doing 1 or 2 every day. You know, if you've never done a squat in your life, let's go for 5. You know, let's go for 3. 5, and then we could do that every day. Consistency compounds, and then you can build up over time, you know. But do something, you know, do some form of physical activity. Number 3 is eat well. Eat well, guys. I eat well, and this is also good for the brain, because a nourished brain will perform better under stressful circumstances, and will have the clarity to solve a problem or face any circumstance. You know? So ask yourself, what nutrients can you have that will give your brain and your body a boost? It could be walnuts, you know, nuts are really good. Green vegetables, bright vegetables, and tea, coffee. Preferably a healthy one. If you want to know about some, let me know. Put in the comments below or just DM me. But that's what's helped me, you know. Having a balanced meal, not eating too crazy. All these processed foods. Reduce the processed foods, and you'll place less stress on your body. Because stress is one of the main factors, one of the main causes of bad health in general. And it could be stress in your environment, and that environment leads to you taking on foods that add on more stress, and it doesn't make anything better. So you want nutrients, you want stuff that will really nourish your brain and body. I recommend superfoods such as reishi, ganoderma. I recommend, again, like things that's good for the brain. So, you know, you have like, go to your local supplement store, or if you want high quality ones, really seek out companies who are really providing a lot of high quality products. Because that's something I was seeking out, because I was like, okay, how can I become healthy? How can I get to this highest level of physical performance or just mental performance? And I kept searching, and I guess again I found answers, of course. And if you even just look in the world, like people having these energy drinks or these beverages and these foods, and it's really messing up their system, their immune system, their nervous system. But they don't know any better, so they just continue doing that instead of taking one step out to just reevaluate that. And again, critical thinking is key, guys, because there's an old saying, like in terms of science, a force in motion will continue to stay in motion unless interrupted by an outside force or object. So we will keep repeating these same behaviors and responses unless we shift that paradigm and do something we never did before to block that pattern, and then form and start building new patterns and new habits, new healthier habits. So like ask yourself, what habits do I have that are unhealthy for my brain and body? Ask yourself that. And then ask yourself, okay, what can I do? And once you get to that answer, then you ask someone else, what can I do? And then you kind of expand your knowledge base so that you can make the correct decisions that you need to make. And number 4, one of my favorites, take breaks and sleep well. Because, you know, healthy sleep patterns help the brain regenerate, and you feel more vital and refreshed. So again, brain and emotions. And for me, taking breaks, I have like a power hour nap, and it's amazing. Like after I take this hour nap, I'm ready for the rest of the day. Like I'll only take it when like my body, it just says, you know what, take a break from these devices, take a break from this intense work you're doing. And again, taking breaks is okay, because again, you want to, throughout the day, you want to be at your optimal level, don't you? So taking a break is key. And especially, I mean, I don't know if you guys are at workplaces or anything, but really cherish the breaks you have, and stop, don't mess about with it. Like it's really a good time to regenerate. Sometimes when I regenerate and stuff like that, I'm sleeping, or I listen to sound frequency music, or mantras, or affirmations, or anything, or just sleep in silence, you know. But I make sure that I get my breaks, I get my sleep, walk around, get some fresh air. You know, you have to, especially in this time. So, because your environment is key, whether you're sleeping or you're awake. So keep that in mind. So number five is learn something new. All right. So learn something new. It could be a book, you know. Learn something new that keeps your brain awake. And usually when you're interested in something, like your brain gets heightened, and like your curiosity is just activated like straight away. So have you ever read a book and you started reading it and you're like, oh my, this is a great book. I need to continue reading this. Let me continue reading this. Or this is a great film. This is a great series. Let me continue watching this. Like, or this is a great like documentary. Let me find out more. Or this is a great movie. Let me find out more. Like, drop in the comments if you're someone who likes to learn something new and keep your brain active. Because that's something that keeps me awake. Like, what keeps me awake is like learning all these new information that can help me grow, help grow other people as well around me. And that's one of the things that really do keep my brain and emotions balanced and active. And it's an amazing thing. One of the other things that keeps me active is my cognitive training system. So that's CTS90. So I have these 3D glasses, which actually enhances the program. So it's basically tracking these balls on the screen, and it provides neurofeedback. So over time, by using this cognitive training system, it helps me learn things new faster, because I'm building new neural connections in my brain. So that's called increasing neuroplasticity. So it helps make your brain more flexible and more adaptive to learning and understanding, and keeping it active. So, and it also would reduce stress, and would actually put your emotions in a more balanced state, because your nerves are functioning right, your brain is functioning correctly, you know. And I've seen personally a 109% improvement just for using this after like 30 sessions. And if you want a free trial, let me know. Like DM me free trial if you want to even know more about getting a trial. Because what I believe is, I believe that everyone should strive to master their mind and really unlock your potential. And It's only till we unlearn and relearn and then learn something new and keep adapting and keep evolving is the only way we can grow, really. It's the only way. It's the only way we can grow. Yeah, so those are the 5 things. Talk about, so I'm gonna repeat it again. Number 1, talk about your feelings and don't bottle them up. Number 2, stay active. Physical activity, push-ups, squats, you name it, you do it. Eat well. Number 3, because remember, a nourished brain is a healthier brain. Reduces stress. Get your superfoods in, nutrients that are great for your brain and body. Number 4, take breaks and sleep well. Make sure you do that. And number 5, learn something new. Whether it's a cognitive training system or whether it's reading a new book, learning a new game like chess or something like that, you know. Learn something new. It's a great time to learn something new. Is that if you see the world that's changing around us, we need to adapt to the times. But ask yourself, what are you not adapting to that you need to learn about? You know. So I'll leave it there. So like, again, following these steps and keeping in mind how everything connects your body and your emotions will give you the tools to become limitless, improve your lifestyle, and actually help you achieve some dreams and goals and help you become more balanced in your brain and your emotions. So if you want more info on how to be supported in every step of the way in terms of your brain and emotions, DM me at Divinely Connector 11, or just DM me on whichever platform this is, and stay empowered. You know, stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.